So the next upgrade that we're working on is the suspension. We got some new silvers one ways for it. I've gone for a pretty heavy front spring rate because I'm kind of not that interested in having a lot of grip in the front end, and then a medium spring on the rear. So I actually have to check my exact specs, but I'll update the video as we go along with what I went for. We chopped the leaf spring out of the way. So yesterday when we did the fluid damper, or the other day, this leaf spring got the chop, so it's just fiberglass leaf springs in this car. And then we had some sort of weird active ride suspension shit, so we pulled that out. So I'm sure I have another light on my dash. And then we're gonna rip this coil out now. So we'll get this pulled out, then once that's out, we should be able to get the silvers in. I do have this undone just from when we dropped the subframe, so that'll all have to go back together. So let's get into getting this done. Should be hopefully a pretty simple project, but I probably just jinxed it, but let's hope it goes all sweet. Let's get into it. So while we're installing these silvers coilovers, I didn't honestly do that much research. I just rang the guys and said, hey, got a C6, want some, I think I actually ended up with 16 pound. I think they recommended between 14 and 16 or something like that, to be honest. So 16 kilo, sorry, is what I think I ended up with. But these are the factory mounts, which are these rubber pieces of trash, kind of like my BMW, to be honest. They're like same principle. They go on the shaft, you tighten them in there. Silvers have this badass pillow ball style top, which is super sweet. So might have to have something cool like this for the BMW one day, but for now, this is what we got. Looks pretty sweet. This is going to be super solid and get rid of this rubber garbage out of here. So let's get these fronts installed. The bottoms looks like it's designed to bolt straight up to the same as these factory bottoms here. So let's see if we can make these things fit, and should be a good thing. We got the fronts all in here. We just need to set up this top bolt mount. I think it goes this way, but I'm honestly going to do a bit of research and make sure I'm right. Bottoms bolt straight in. This is on a spherical. It's pretty tight, but we got that. Looks like it's going to sit super low, so we may have to adjust that ride height, or we may just run it. So we'll see what it looks like once we get some wheels on. We just started looking at the rear end now. It looks like these extensions come. Extendo boys. So it looks like these are for, you could drill a hole and put these in the trunk to adjust it, because this is in a pretty rough spot to get to. We also noticed that this is offset like that. And then we got a factory one, or we think this is factory, with a QA1 strut thing on it. And it's kind of a little off-centered, so we'll have a look at the back one and see which way that is, and maybe we can educate ourselves, or might have to do some Googling. So we got all that. We'll work that out for now, but Sparky started pulling his rear end apart. We got old mate leaf spring in the way. Probably could mess around and pull some shit out and get it out of here. I think you'd have to probably loosen these off. But really no one wants this leaf spring, and if they do, there's plenty more C6s around, they can get it off. So we're going to cut this baby out of here and then start working on the rear. Now the fun begins. This is probably potentially one of my favourite tools. Thinking of safety, Sparky, I'll do a cut from each side.
Yeah, safety.
I'm all about safety here.
like you said, safety.
I think it's a success,
Safety.
man. It's out. We didn't get hurt.
Yeah.
Safety. Alright, that bad boy's out of the way. Can put that where it belongs. Start getting these coilovers in. Hell yeah. So we drilled a hole through where we want that to come out. Hoping that it came out in a good spot, and it kind of did. Looks like there's this kind of like structural web in here, so we probably shouldn't be cutting that. So we'll make that the edge of our hole and see if we can make that work. I don't know what all this shit's doing in here. It doesn't look factory, maybe someone smart can tell me, but this looks like they had some sort of doof in the back here. Not really into doof, so I'm not really going to waste my whole day pulling this up, which I really want to, but the inner self-control of wanting to go drifting is more important right now. So I might rip up some of this bullshit here, but I'll probably leave this sound deadening on here until maybe it turns into a real race car one day. Maybe it just stays in there and I don't care. So we'll get this bad boy out, but that's our hole here where the drill bit is. If you can see that drill bit. Yeah. There'll probably be one over there. When I drill that hole out, then we'll hole saw this out. It's just fiberglass, this base. So we'll get that pulled out, get some holes drilled, and then get the extendo boys on. They should pop through. Then we can just put a little slit in our carpet here. I'm not ready to get rid of the carpet yet, so we'll put a little slit in there. That should look like it's still a straight car and should be sweet. Let's get it done. So we got this coilover in by, we just made the coilover as short as we possibly could. We actually managed to get it to fit in without having to pull anything else apart, which was pretty nice. One thing we're kind of struggling with, I don't actually know whether this goes all the way to the outside or all the way to the inside. So it's actually fairly offset from the center. Honestly have zero idea where it's meant to go. We put it on this way, it seems to fit. Nothing hits. So we're going to do the same on the other side. Honestly, had a quick Google, couldn't work it out. So this is how it's going to be. But yeah, we got this one out. So we'll get the other one in. So yeah, we're going to put the offset closest towards us, essentially. So kind of worked on the other side, so we'll have a go. Getting it in this side. We got our hole drilled in our floor with our adjuster through here, so we'll be able to trim the carpet. Just put a slit in the carpet probably to get that through. So it should look pretty neat. I'll show you once we're done with that. On the front, the only thing we did have to do was we removed this expansion tank. It's just two M10s so we can get to the bolt. We have left this bolt, but I didn't do this one. What a fucking dumbass. But I'm going to turn this bolt around because this is actually loose. I'm going to spin it 90 degrees, tighten it up, then spin it back to this location because I think this is how it should travel, just with the range of the motion it goes in, but honestly don't know that either. So we're putting that one in that way, and I've got it sitting, the other one sitting like this, so I can tighten it up. So I'll get that one tightened up and then I'll spin it 90 degrees. So we'll get those few things done, then I'll give you guys a quick walk around and we should have the coilover job knocked off, and we'll get some wheels on this bad boy. So we went to drop the vet on the ground to check our ride height. But she's not even on the ground and the lift's max. So we're actually kind of in a hustle, to be honest, to get this E92 to a wheel alignment tomorrow. So unfortunately, we're going to end the video here. This is the end of the suspension video. It's all in. Everyone knows how to adjust height. If you don't, let me know and I could probably do a video. But yeah, we're all good. She's in. Everything's bolted up. We think we got our ride height where we want it. It should end up pretty low, so should look pretty decent. So thanks for watching. Silver's coilovers installed. Thanks for watching, guys. See you on the next one.